Hello, my pretty. Would you like to come into my lair? Sorry. Halloween is a really big deal out here in the suburbs, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that if you don't show up for this holiday, the kids are gonna come after you. This year, I've decided to actually kind of do something with my home, set up a little trick for the kids coming up my stoop to get candy. I'm gonna employ the help of this Samsung SmartThings motion sensor, a LifeX color bulb, and a couple of free apps on my smartphone to kind of set up this spooky scene, give the kids a little fright, or at least keep them interested in coming back for more. Why don't you come with me? I'll show you how I'm gonna set this up, and maybe it'll inspire you to set up your own spooky little creation. Okay, so to get started, you're gonna need a couple of ingredients first. You're gonna need a Samsung SmartThings hub, which controls the Samsung SmartThings motion sensor. And you're also gonna need an IFTTT-enabled light bulb. Now, IFTTT stands for If This Then That. It's a free app that lets you program the connected things in your home very easily. All you need is your smartphone. The light bulb I'm using today is the LifeX A19 color bulb because it does not require a hub. This will make setup just that bit easier. You're also going to need the Tasker apps and IFTTT apps. Unfortunately, iOS users, Tasker is not for the iPhone, so you might have to do a little scouring on the internet to find something that works. But everything up to the IFTTT parts of this how-to will work for you just fine. Okay, so first things first, you need to download a couple of apps. You gotta download Samsung Connect to get the motion sensor to connect to the Samsung SmartThings hub. You've got to download the LifeX app so that you can get the bulb to connect in the background. And you've got to download the Tasker app so that we can set up the actual task that plays the audio when the lights start flashing red. On your device, hop into IFTTT and log into your SmartThings account to give it access. Then log into your LifeX account to give it access to your connected bulb. When you're finished, hit the button to create a new formula. Under this, search for SmartThings and then tap on any new motion. Select the motion sensor you're using and then select Go. Back on that page, select your LifeX account from the services list. Tap on Blink Lights and then tap on Color Red to ensure that they're going to be just as fiery as the depths of hell. When you're all finished, be sure to save it. And then you should see the applet in your IFTTT applets list. Okay, now that you've got the apps all set up, it's time to set up the actual motion sensor by placing it outside. So we're gonna find a little spot for it where we can hide it, maybe behind a plant or in front of a plant, or just somewhere where it's not gonna get knocked off your stoop. Then we're gonna set up this little Bluetooth speaker. I'm gonna probably hide this behind the planter so that nobody knows that's where the sound is coming out of. If you have other decorations on your stoop, like a pumpkin or perhaps a little plastic thing, you can try and see if you can hide the Bluetooth speaker inside one of those. Now, if you're new to IFTTT or maybe you're kind of a novice to this programming thing, take it easy. You can easily set up the IFTTT portion before you do anything else. Check to see that anytime you make a little motion with this motion sensor, that the lights behind you will also flash red. When you figure that all out and you see that it works, then that's when we'll go and set up the Bluetooth speaker to work in tandem with that IFTTT formula. In Tasker, start out by creating a new task to play back a spooky media file. You can use Soundbite to find an MP3 of some Halloween sounds to play in the background. Select Music Play and then find the file on your Android device. In the main Tasker screen, go to Start a New Event. Select UI, tap on Notification, and then select the owner application. In this case, it's IFTTT. Now, every time IFTTT runs a formula in the background, it'll send a notification to your phone, which will trigger that Tasker formula, and everything is just gonna work perfectly together. Once we get IFTTT to play nice with the Tasker formula, we're gonna connect the phone to Bluetooth so that the speaker will play that spooky sound. All right, so we're outside now. Now that we've got all the app components figured out, it's time to get the actual hardware components set up. I'm gonna stick this Bluetooth speaker inside this patriotic planter box so that it'll play the sound when people walk up. And then I'm gonna place this motion sensor in front of the planter box so it captures whenever the kids are walking up the stoop. Of course, for the kids to know that I have any candy to give out, not full-size bars, I actually need to decorate the front door a little bit. So why don't you give me a little bit of time to get into some real Halloween spirit, and then I can show you how this all comes together. So now that we just finished the painstaking process of pairing the motion sensor with the LifeX bulbs and those two components with the apps on our phone, our job is to go sit inside and wait for the kids to appear. Of course, they're not trick-or-treating at this hour because the sun's still out, so let's go inside. We'll know when they're coming with a notification on the phone, and then we can see if they get scared. There's plenty more wild and wacky things you could do with the connected devices in your home. If you're curious, head over to Dgit.com or subscribe to us on YouTube for more holiday how-tos just like this.